Chinstrap penguins are really feisty and are just a force to be reckoned with. We just decided to cover the other side of penguins, the dirty side. My name is Abigail Lees and I'm a director, assistant producer for 7 Worlds, 1 Planet, predominantly doing the Antarctica program. This was the Chinstrap Penguin shoot. We went to an island called Deception, which is this active volcano. It's actually a sunken volcano. And on the caldera of it, so on the rim of it, is the Spanish scientific base. So what you do when you get there is you arrive on a ship, and the seismologists have to get off first and they go and check their equipment to see if there's been any activity. In winter, the station is not manned at all, so they have no idea what's been going on. You know, there could be a lot of activity or there could have been nothing. So they check that first, and then if you have the go-ahead, then we can get to the base. Every day, hiking up a mountain through snow and then back down again. It's just part of it, really. I love hiking shoots. I love the sense of achievement that you get after you've worked really hard for something. The colony is called Vapor Col, and there's about 20,000 pairs of Chinstrap penguins there. There's sub-colonies that are on top of all these little hills. So you've got these rolling hills that go all the way to the sea, and then there's a cliff drop to the sea. And on the top of each of those little knolls is a little penguin colony. Chinstrap penguins are pretty feisty. I've filmed with other penguin species before, but Chinstrap penguins are just a force to be reckoned with. So the first rule is don't get too close. Be respectful. We were always on the edge of the colonies. It's almost impossible to get inside them, and I don't think you really want to, because the spaces between the nests are so small. You're bound to get pecked and you're bound to get slapped. We're positioned where there's a penguin highway. A penguin highway is a natural road between the little valleys of hills, and that's where they go to the sea every day to collect their fish, and then they come back through the same route. They get really used to you, I think, especially because we were coming to some of the same parts of the colony every single day. I think after a while they just think, oh, it's you again, and just go about their day, which is when we can get all the nice natural behaviour. Originally, we were looking at it at an angle from climate change, so the chicks are very vulnerable to rain, which is happening more often in Antarctica rather than snow. And when we got to the colony, we were looking around for the instances of rain affecting the chicks, and then realised how dirty this colony was. We thought, okay, let's find one that looks clean. And it was just impossible. They had mud all over them. There was just all sorts of things caked on their feathers. So instead of trying to frame all of that out, we embraced it. We started filming shots of muddy, dirty penguin chicks. We started filming them fighting, but they're very territorial. If one penguin adult starts going towards their nest, they'll start flipper fighting, which is basically getting their flippers, which has a bone in it, by the way, and smacking them like crazy. We just started looking for little scraps like this and decided to cover the other side of penguins, the dirty side. Skuas are scavenging birds and they're opportunistic predators. Opportunistic predators meaning that if they can get an easy meal, they'll get it. And easy meal, unfortunately, means chicks and eggs. This is why they hang around penguin colonies during breeding seasons. But we must remember that they also need to feed their chicks. They've got a chick on the nest at the same time. There's this big rivalry going on every season between penguins and skuas. And in this situation, it's really interesting because the egg shouldn't really be there. It's quite late in the season. Most of the Chinstrap parents have chicks that are about 7 to 10 days old. So when we filmed this, my first thought was, this is quite strange. Why is there an egg here? And then as I got to know the colony a little bit better, I realized that this egg is probably cold and therefore not alive, and probably has been laid by a young penguin couple who are practicing. Might be their first ever season of laying an egg. And often these fail. They'll often forget to sit on it, or they'll be practicing changing over and the egg will accidentally roll out of the nest. I feel a little bit of sympathy for the poor skewer, because to be honest, this egg was never going to turn into a chick. And so you see this adult coming along, obviously just has this natural drive to protect penguin kind, and he's just come along and told the skewer to clear off, basically. Being in one location for more than 3 weeks is just absolutely amazing. If you're there for a few hours, you get the essence of it, but if you're there for a few weeks, you really understand it, and it's just so lovely to be immersed. And that colony was absolutely beautiful. It was overlooking the cliffs, and we were lucky enough to be on the side of the mountain that got the sunset at the end of every day. So it's just absolutely beautiful. If you see an iceberg rolling by, and the penguins, they seem to get quite loud during the sunset. I don't know what it is. They might be all organizing themselves for the night, bedding themselves down. But it's such a beautiful noise. You hear the sea, and the sunset is giving off this beautiful pink light on the penguins, just going about their day, signaling to one another now that they've come back from sea, greeting each other, and realizing how lucky I am to be here, and to be here for a few weeks, really understanding the nature of the Chinstrap penguin.